Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our Women United Fall event called Innovate and Ignite. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm so excited. I'm Viviana Paez. I'm the executive producer and news anchor for Channel 19 Univision. Yay! I'm super, just to let you know, giving you a little disclaimer. Obviously, our newscast is in Spanish, so for me, being sitting here with so much talent and seeing all women here, for me, is intimidating. And at the same time, I feel so honored to be part of this group of women that all of us have a story to tell, and we get to inspire the future generation. So really, thank you for being here. And our newscast, because I'm from Channel 19, is at 6 a.m., 12:30 p.m., 6 p.m., and 11 p.m. in case you want to start speaking Spanish or learn or practice or become more fluent. So now we can start. I would like to thank our sponsors for tonight, Univision Sacramento, obviously. Woo! So a big round of applause so my boss give me permission to come here instead of being in the live newscast at 6. So yeah, Channel 19. Woo! UC Davis Health. I saw many of you here. And Safe Credit Union. So thank you all. I would also like to highlight some special guests that are here today. They're the United Way board members. Many of you are here. Are they here? Because okay, so applause. Women United members. Woo! And the Leadership Council for Women United. There you And finally, I would like to highlight that we are joined by the scholars in our Collegiate Guaranteed Income Program tonight. These students are from Sacramento State and UC Davis and are all former foster youth. Exactly, big applause, I talked to them. They are receiving $500 per month for 12 months to meet their basic needs while they pursue their career. Much of the funding has come from all of you, from this group of women. So that deserves another big round of applause. So let's start. We're gonna hear from magnificent women around, and we're gonna be all inspired. And hopefully you get to inspire your daughters, your neighbors, your kids, because that's the purpose. So first of all, I'm gonna introduce, I think she's the most important person here around. Can you guess who she is? She's the president and CEO of United Way California Capital Region. Whether it be her work with the state, United Way, or her role in local government, she has made it her life mission to drive substantial and sustainable changes in our community so all of us can thrive. You can take a seat. I still have more about her. An interesting fact, look at this, I didn't know. Okay. You didn't tell me this. Let me do I'm practicing my English, as you can see, so let me practice it, please. She went to middle school and high school on an island of the coast of Portugal in the Azores. I know. You.
Random, right?
Incredible. Please welcome Dr. Dawnté early.
Thank you.
Next up, she's not only the co-owner of Drybar locations in Sacramento, Roseville. I definitely need to get a visit. She already invited me, so. She's also a seasoned human resources executive who has been actively involved as a board member for St. John's Program for Real Change, Impact 100 Sacramento, Power of 100 Women, and many more. And one interesting fact, you can take a seat. Okay. I know I feel like I'm in the newscast or in a podcast.
Yes, a podcast.
Yes?
The view, the perspective.
Yeah. We were kidding that we were going to do a podcast called The Perspective.
Yes.
So, okay, back again to script. Brandon is going to hate me. Brandon is getting the time. She's an interesting fact about Kristine is that she ran across country at track in USC. That was
a very long time ago.
But you did. You did. Welcome, Kristine Hyde.
Thank you.
Next is Dr. Linda Farley, joined Girl Scouts Heart of Central California as CEO in 2013. She provides executive leadership and strategic direction on council initiatives that focus on enriching the life of the 20,000 girl and adult members across an expansive 18 county regions. Wow. An interesting fact about her is that she and her dog Mackie have the same hairstyle and color.
Oh my God.
Both are natural strawberry blondies with natural curly hair. And I saw the photo and it's real. I invite you to see the photo. They look exactly the same. I will get some tips for that later. I have my little snowflake at home. Our third speaker is Cindy Nichols, Director of Airports for Sacramento County, which operates 4 airports. Cindy began her role as Director of Airports here in Sacramento County in October in 2018. She has over 35 years of experience in airport management in the private and public sectors. Come here, Cindy. We don't bite. We welcome you. An interesting fact. And look, this interesting. She grew up in Ethiopia, where her father was a doctor, Cindy. We need to learn so much from you. Welcome.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you guys.
Okay, ladies, thank you for joining us. First, in the first part of our agenda, we're going to talk about our careers and motivate each other. And then we're going to have a question and answers for the audience after we finish the conversation. So if you have a question, you can write it up, put it in your cell phone so you don't forget. Okay, we're going to start with Cindy, because it's intimidating to know that less than 20% of airport managers are women. Incredible. What has been, and you're one of them, what has been the biggest challenges you have faced as a women leader?
You know, it's really interesting. When I started my career, I was in Boston at the Massachusetts Port Authority. And I really, so it was a long time before I felt that being a woman was unusual. Of our 5-member board members, 3 were women when I was there, which was, I now understand, was very unusual. And 4 of our department heads were women. So the head of maritime, the head of aviation, you name it, 4 of them were women. So I always felt like I could see myself in that role. And I came up in aviation through finance. So a lot of the different disciplines in aviation, finance is one that there is many more women. So I didn't really feel the difference until I became a director. And everyone in the room was, pretty much looked the same, white men, I'll just say it.
Yeah, just speak the truth here.
You know what?
Yes, please.
You know what? And actually coming into the county, it also was not very diverse. Now it is. And that's because the first woman county executive changed that. So now you walk into the room and it's a lot of diversity. And honestly, we have way better conversations. We're better situated to serve everyone in the county. And honestly, by the way, our airports serve 7 counties, 3 million people. So one of the things that I've done in the aviation realm as a woman to try to address this issue that you're talking about is I'm one of the co-chairs of Executive Women in Aviation. So we have a group of women, we get together, the few of us, and talk about the challenges and just the opportunities that we see, the different initiatives that we're taking on. I've almost nothing that I've done is anything I've thought of. It's all what I've gotten from my colleagues. So that's how we deal with it.
And I love what you mentioned, is togetherness. Women and I mentioned it last year here, that before women are like, oh, they're envy. Oh, look what she's doing. Look what she's wearing. And I see lately that we support each other, which is so important.
Absolutely, women supporting women.
Yeah.
And we get farther in life.
Well, not only do we get farther, but we bring others with us. I mean, I think that's what you're saying as well,
indeed.
right?
Yes,
because we had a woman come into that executive role, then she began to open the door and lift as she climbed, which is amazing. That's what we need.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you want to add something about it?
Well, I mean, I work in an organization where we're almost all women.
Oh, nice. Good for you.
It has its own challenges. Just let me say. We have our own challenges when there's 70 people and 5 are men. And so, it's just...
Sounds wonderful.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Yeah. So, we have our own challenges, and yet, so I don't think twice about it. We all think it's normal, and we want girls to think it's normal too. So, yeah.
A better world for our kids. Kristine, nearly 40% of the businesses in the state are women-owned, and California leads the nation in the number of women-owned businesses. That's great.
I did not know that.
However, starting and managing a successful small business is a great task. Let us know how you did it. I'm guessing what do you feel when you were opening the first small business?
Well, I did something really stupid, and I decided to open 2 businesses the same year. So I left my job and started an HR consulting firm because it seemed like a good idea. And then at the same time, actually my business partner is here, Brenda Deary from Drybar.
Brenda.
And at the same time, we thought the women of the Capital Region are going to want to have Drybar do their hair. They're going to want somebody else to do their hair. We know we don't want to do our hair. And it's the most exciting, exhilarating, and horrifying thing to do is to open a small business or open any business, open a big business. And having a partner with Brenda obviously made it easier. We always say we're like 2 people, 1 brain. But the HR piece, I just felt confident that I knew what I was doing, and I'm sure I could find somebody to hire me. And so I started my business with 1 client, and that's all it takes. And I think as a consultant, you're so concerned, like, where's my next meal coming from, And so we never say no, and so we're so tired. And then with Drybar, it just was a brand that we just felt really passionate about. And I'll never forget telling our husbands, okay, this is what we want to do. And my husband's like, okay. And her husband, more wisely, was like, are you sure? Are you sure you... Yeah, or maybe it was, are you crazy? Exactly. But I think we have to stop asking ourselves, like, who do I think I am? Like, I'm not that girl. And start saying, why not me, right? Why not? Like, we walk in our shop and I'm like, we own all that shampoo. Those shelves, we own all the shelves too.
You're like, that's mine.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And then sometimes when I leave, I take something off the shelf. Yeah,
because you can.
Because I can. Well, then I have to tell Brenda. But that's okay. But I think that's the biggest thing. Like, courage isn't really like. I think a lot of women that start businesses are like, okay, I feel if anybody has children, it's kind of like having a baby. Like, when are you really ready? Mm-hmm. And we think we're ready. We were passionate. We had these ideas. But the real courage is day to day, like making payroll. Mm-hmm. Yikes! Making sure, because we now feed almost 70 women and men, and making sure that we are doing enough business. We're doing what we need to do to get them in the door. They do what they do, to keep people coming back. That's where the courage comes from. And the day-to-day hiring, firing, helping people move along to new opportunities. That's where the real courage comes in, I think.
Cindy, you were nodding. Do you want to add something?
No, I'm just agreeing with you. Yeah, absolutely. Everything you said. I don't have anything, no words of my own. No, I'm kidding.
Okay, but do you need a courage also to keep going? That industry male-dominated?
Oh, for
like, the world is male-dominated.
So I'll tell you, I was very happy being CFO at airports. I'd done it in a couple places, SFO and then Portland. And I just didn't even ever think of being a director. And I was at a conference once, and this woman who was actually the first director of the Worldwide Aviation Association, first woman. Not the only one, but first one. Anyway, she took me aside and she said, Cindy, you need to step up.
Wow.
I was like, what are you talking about? So that's what she meant. And so here I'm in Sacramento.
You stepped up?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
We're going to Dr. Farley. The Girl Scouts' mission is to build girls of courage, confidence, and character who make the world a better place. What do young girls need to become the next generation of female leaders?
Well, I hate to be kind of the Debbie Downer in the group, but you probably know that girls are struggling. They're challenged with mental health challenges. I mean, that's just the reality, and I think especially post-COVID. So, they're seeing sadness, hopelessness, suicidal ideation is all on the rise, and I'm sure social media is not helping. So when I think of girls and what do they need and what do we need to be doing, we need to reach them early in life. We need to be working with kindergartners and first graders. Certainly those girls who have serious issues need to get help. But just in general, if we can start working with girls much earlier in life to develop that resilience, helping them to set boundaries, helping them really building their confidence. Because when I say I work with, 65 women, confidence can be a real issue. And so with young girls, we want them to develop that confidence. Now, I really do believe it takes a village. And parents, you are tired. You're doing all that you can. Many of our parents are working 2 or 3 jobs. And teachers are overworked. They're doing all that they can. And this is where I believe the community comes in. There's that out of school time that's so important for our youth. So whether they're involved with soccer or music or the Boys and Girls Club or a program United Way is doing, or yes, Girl Scouting, it's giving our girls what I call an advantage in life. And I think that's what they need. They need more than our K-12 curriculum, which is great and wonderful. They need that extra advantage. So I really hope for them that they get those advantages in life. And I really do believe it's that out of school time where we can make a difference in their lives.
And also, what one lesson from the Girl Scout mission that you think all women should have?
It's really, our mission's about courage, confidence, and character. I get the character piece. Courage and confidence really are important. Again, I work with a lot of women, and I see some lack of courage in making difficult decisions. We're running a business. We're a nonprofit, but we're a multi-million-dollar nonprofit, and we have to make very difficult business decisions, and it's very difficult for some staff. They want us to be nice. And so breaking through that culture of niceness and wanting to please, you're giggling and laughing and smiling, but when that shows up in mass, it's a lot to deal with. So I feel you. Yeah, I don't, they look at me like, who are you, this monster? But so they don't really. So it's really helping them to understand the confidence and the courage we have to step in to make difficult decisions. So I think for any woman, it's about that and knowing thyself. That's, for me, the first lesson in leadership is know who you are. What are your triggers? What really bothers you? Get a grip on all of that so that you can really lead others.
How many Hispanic women are here? Hispanic. Good. I don't know if you know, like in our families, they tell you, lo voy a decir en español, calladita te ves más bonita. Mm-hmm. Like you look prettier if you don't say anything. Just, yes. So there's why sometimes Latinas, we're like, and it's because that's what they told us. And then you were talking about courage. Like we have to teach our kids. Well, thank God that I'm like in between. Sometimes I do that. I'm like, hello, welcome, like stand up for you. I've been in leadership, thank God, for the last 4 years or 3 years. And it was my news director who saw the leader in me. It wasn't me. I was the news anchor. I was just, writing scripts or going to events and being Emcee. I didn't think that I had that editorial judgment to go the next step into leadership. And it was, thank God, that news director believed in me, that he gave me the opportunity to be as a women leader. So that's so important to start with our kids. Now I have a mini me now. She's 12. So she's like, Mom, you told me to tell you what I think, and I'm expressing what I think. I'm like, oh my God.
Sometimes you regret it.
I know, I do. Yes.
But she is going to be strong when she's a woman.
Yeah.
And that's what I remind myself in those trying times.
Yeah.
Hopefully. We'll see. We'll talk in 20 years or maybe 10. Okay, Dr. Early, United Way was your first job as a president and CEO, and also your first nonprofit job. Why did you jump into nonprofit leadership? Such a drastic change, I think.
It was. No, it definitely was. So all of my previous positions were with the state of California. I was a very proud state employee. Yes, I think the truest form of public servant is being a state employee and also being literally a public servant, so an elected. We talk about courage, right? And for me, it was this question of, oh my gosh, can I do it? And everything that you ladies are saying really resonates with me, particularly not only for jumping into becoming a president and CEO of United Way, but also, quite frankly, running for city council. When you said that your news director had to ask you to do it, for me, for city council, and I hear this a lot with women in elected positions, it was a man that came to me, former mayor, Christopher Cabaldon, now Senator Christopher Cabaldon, who sat me down and was just like, I really think that you would be the right person to run for city council. And I was like, me? Really?
Love it.
I was like,
Why do we do that?
I don't know. And bear in mind, I have a PhD, right? Years of state service, did a postdoc at UC Davis Medical, right? And I'm like, me? Am I qualified?
Oh my God, yeah.
Yes, very qualified. and so that really resonated with me. And so I was elected in 2021 in October, and then literally 1 month later was offered the position for president and CEO of United Way. I will remind you, it's 2021, right? COVID is happening. And I just felt like at that point in time, there had to be more. I loved what I did, but I didn't feel like I was actually having an impact on my local community. I'm from this area. I'm from Sacramento, and spent a lot of time in Yolo County. And so I decided to jump. And what I said to myself was, I can always go back, right? I had confidence in my experience, confidence that no matter how this worked out, that I could come back if I needed to. There weren't many people like me, is what I told myself. And also, it still today is true. I'm happy I made the jump. I can't imagine what my life would have been if I had stayed there. And so it was the right thing to do. I'm 4 years in. I love what I do.
Well, what do you think it happened? Inside you, you knew how can we know that it's time to do that change?
I think for me, I did not want to look back and have regrets. My mom, also very, very long time state employee, and she had given me the advice of, she had stayed too long in a position, and she said, you don't ever want to look back and think, I wish I would have. Mm-hmm. And so I said, okay, F it. I'm gonna do it. Let's see how this works out. And as I said, almost 4 years later, I have a great team around me. I'm very, very fortunate. I've surrounded myself with people who are smarter than me, who are just as committed and passionate about helping the community, about partnering with amazing organizations. And I truly love what we get to do every single day.
That's incredible. To say, oh, I love what I'm doing every single day is a blessing.
I agree with you.
Yes.
100%.
We are moving to part 2. I think it's one of the most important parts because now we're going to talk about the former foster program. As mentioned earlier, this cause has been Women's United calling for more than 20 years. Only 3% of foster youth who made it to college graduated, and we're committed to rewriting this story. As we know, women can make great things happen, and we're changing that statistic here locally. Women United supports 20 former foster youth at Sac State and UC Davis now with $500 per month for 12 months. These crucial funds help them meet their basic needs, used for college expenses and more. I think for car issues too. I heard that. I would like to welcome up here Deja and Jalea. Please come. Deja is the youngest poet laureate in California when she was named an Amador County Poet Laureate in 2020. Wow. I like that. Angelia will be the first person in her birth family to graduate from both high school and college. True? Thank you both for joining us once again this year. We're delighted with your stories and we can learn through you, and hopefully all these women get to inspire you too as well.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Deja, what would you say are some of the unique challenges that former foster youth have in higher education?
So when former foster youth enter higher education, they are often not meeting the same financial and emotional support systems that their peers have access to and are able to lean into, like their families, their mentorships, or even just being ready for higher education. Many foster youth are moving home to home and are unable to make those connections or find stability. So when they get to higher education, it's a battle to not only overcome their traumas, but stick to having that success in education. So a lot of it has to do with balancing the emotional and the survival aspects of living and going to school.
Julie, do you want to add something to that?
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. 100% Deja, for sure. I am really big on leaning on the people who lean on me. And United Way has been huge for that. There's been moments and times, like Deja said, where we are emotionally drained or we're dealing with PTSD. Something can just trigger us right away. But we do know that with the help of our community and the help of our leaders who we look up to, we know that we're rock solid. We don't really need for anything because we have so many wonderful women who support us and who want what's best for us. So it can be challenging, but as long as we lean and ask questions and ask for help, asking for help is huge. I used to never ask for help. I used to think that I was, maybe bothering people. And now I'm like, my mouth is wide open. Help me! So,
which is something that all women should do. It's not, we should all learn from that. So you were talking about the support you received from United Way and Women United. Can you tell us more about it?
Yeah, so this past year has been really, really hard for me. I was able to use the funds for school. I paid my way for summer school classes so I can graduate when I want to, which is amazing. My books as well. The rest of this entire semester, I was able to use the funds to pay the entire rest of my semester and the books for this year, which I'm so happy about because I'm just like, yes, something I don't have to worry about, which is amazing. We mentioned car trouble. There's no secret that I had car trouble. And so using the funds for Lyft and Uber has been extremely helpful for me because I thought I was going to have to drop out of my classes this semester because I wasn't able to make it to school. And so to know that I have those funds as a backup plan to say, okay, I know this much money I'm going to spend for class, that's good. I have it put away for success. So the fact that I'm always set up for success through United Way and through the Guardian Scholarship Project is extremely, extremely amazing and a huge blessing as well. So it's been life-changing for sure.
Deja, how about you? How do you use the money?
Oh, absolutely. For me, there was a big life change and transition, and I was facing housing insecurity and was in the process of having to decide to put my education on hold. But because I had the financial backing and savings from the United Way Collegiate Guaranteed Income support, I was able to reevaluate and effectively move to Sacramento and be closer to school and finish that semester really strong. And it was, it meant everything.
That's Sometimes it's good to hear them because sometimes you see stories on the news, but you get all the stories you see, then you really don't pay attention. But when you see them sharing their own stories and see how this 500 helps is when it makes you feel like, look at you. Exactly. You're doing, this is why you move. This is why you're now working for United Way. And you're doing the best. And all these women are contributing to their life.
Yeah. And I'd like to add to that if that's okay.
Yes.
I love seeing so many wonderful women empower in my face because it makes me realize like, okay, I do want to be where they're at. I want to be sitting where you're at and I want to help out as much as I can. And so as well as housing and food and school and cars, also just business. I'm a new business owner. And so to get business techniques from so many business women, thank you so much. Sometimes I don't even know what I'm doing, but you guys make me feel like I do.
Okay, so I have to ask you a follow-up question. Obviously, what business? Tell us about your business.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so I just get to follow my passion. I teach dance cardio, where I uplift women in my community to feel like their best selves, inside and out, so physically and mentally. Of course, I could do like a follow along type of dance, but who doesn't love an affirmation cool down to cool down that spirit before you leave me? So I really get to feed into anybody who I speak to verbally and emotionally and change their lives in small ways. And if I know that I'm changing your way with even a conversation, I'm doing what I love to do and I'm following my mission. So yes.
Wow. I have an idea.
Well, and can we, I mean, we have some small business owners, big business owners here as well. I'm just saying, you might have found your mentor network.
Yeah, I did. I spoke with so many women who are interested in like team bonding. So I'm just stepping into literally working with corporations and going into their businesses and helping with their team bonding, follow along movement. I have the space. I just want your beautiful face. I want you to feel good inside and out. Love it. And that's all
Team bonding. I like that. I have an idea for next year. Maybe when we finish the event,
We're gonna have like a cool down.
yes, like a 10 or 15 minutes before going back home with the kids, the husband, the wife, whatever, the partner.
The spicy child.
Love that. I'm
Just an idea,
Yeah, I like it.
Okay, talking about business, Kristine knows a lot about business and she's also a human resource. So we have a question for you. What role do mentorship and professional networks play in helping young adults build successful careers?
I think it's the biggest part, really. Many years ago, I was not an HR person at all, and I talked a company into letting me be their HR person. I'm like, no, I can do that, no problem. And I had a mentor. She said, do this, do this, do that. And I said, okay, and I did, and I followed what she said. I think it is the most important thing. We do talk about empowerment, but I think we've got to do better for each other. Like you said, judging, like we need to hold each other up. Like you may think somebody's got it all together, but really behind, we're just keeping it together. Yep. Yeah, it's hard. It is hard. Brenda always talks about the duck on the water, the swan on the water. And at the top of the water, it looks all good, right? And underneath, it is like a paddle for our lives. And I think that's really normal. What we need to do is we need to open these doors. How do we open these doors? Say somebody's name in a room when they're not there. Mm-hmm. Introduce, like, we should be talking about you tomorrow and from then on. And same for you, like how amazing and inspiring you are. Mm-hmm. And how do we help? How do we connect the dots? We know these women that are running the Jacqueline. I bet they need XYZ.
Yeah.
We know these other women that are running Camo Beauty, another small businesswoman who's in the beauty industry, Sheena. And it's like, connect the dots. Who happens to be sitting next to the queen?
Absolutely. The queen of
Seriously.
beauty.
Yeah, that's why we're so beautiful, Shauna.
It's really like introducing people. Like if anybody in this room knows, I know many of you do, Donna Lucas is a great mentor. Donna is not afraid to say, she said it to me this morning. She goes, we love young people. Yeah, send me their resume. And really helping people, like maybe they don't go work for Donna, but Donna knows like 2,000 women and some men that could probably help this person. But that's what we're supposed to do. And who did you say it? That like it's what we're supposed to do. Like somebody helped me, I'm supposed to help you, and you and you and you. We all are. And so I think that's how we help each other.
Yep, and being truthful. We were having a conversation before.
Oh, yeah.
Here, like, we look so nice in the news now, the hair and everything. But the day has been horrible. But I'm here giving my face.
I don't wake up like
Being
this.
honest. Yeah.
Nope.
Fake eyelashes, 30 minutes.
But they look good.
Being honest. We have to be honest with each other. Like, this is hard.
Yeah.
It's really hard. Like, we clean drains. Brenda really does. We clean toilets. We get 30 text messages a day from people who have, what is it again? Food poisoning. I'm like, yeah, no, it's called a hangover. And, and really being able to adapt and bounce back from some of that stuff. And like I said before, making payroll, that's a big thing to do. Yeah.
Let's talk about graduation, because these ladies are graduating soon. And we want to hear your stories.
I can kick us off. So I graduate this semester.
Yeah!
Oh my gosh. And like Julia, I'll be the first in my family to get my bachelor's degree in any higher education. Yay! Oh God, I'm taking it up. Whew.
I'm the crier. What's going on?
Oh my God. Y'all are so nice. I'm so grateful to be around everyone. And just, it's inspiring that there's just so much warmth and success in this room. And it's making me realize that even though I'm a little uncertain about exactly where I'm going, now that I'm graduating, I know that I have all the connections and skills and just life inside of me to find where I need to be. And I hope I can reach out to more of you and like express that and find opportunities to connect. Because I'm graduating with my psychology, with my bachelor's in psychology. And I'm just so excited for this next chapter of my life.
Yeah. We're all excited for you.
So first, congratulations to my bestie. So happy for you. And I just want to say, you don't have to know what you want to do right now. We have time. There's no rush. I learned that recently, actually. So for me, my major is family studies and human development. And I'm hoping to be a dance counselor. So my business is, I'm hoping to tie my business to my bachelor's degree to be a dance counselor. And so my goal is to really invest in my community, basically just letting them know, how movement is medicine, how meditation is medicine, and how you can uplift your own body through dance, fitness, meditation, affirmation work, things as such. And so that's my calling, to uplift people that way and change their lives that way, because people don't think like, man, if I just say 2 things in the mirror of what I'm grateful for and what I'm proud of myself for, at least I know my morning is going to start off great. And just that one thought alone can really change the aspect of your entire day. And so the 2 minutes, I just said that in 2 minutes. And so I really want to invest that information and invest that within my community, the youth, adults, anybody who will literally listen. Because I was telling a few ladies here, I don't know anybody who's dancing without a smile. So you hear your favorite song, you're smiling. Like that's all I want to do. So that's what I want to do with my career and within my business. And I'm hopeful that I can still ask questions, because I have a lot of them. And I can just receive the encouragement that a lot of the times I don't usually get from people my age. I feel like I'm constantly trying to be better, be worth it, be be the it person, and no, I just have to be me because I am enough. And you guys are always reminding me that I am enough and I can go as far as I want to go, and I'm going far.
Yes. I love that.
Thank you.
Let's give a shout out to Janice or Janesis. Janice, it's here. She's graduating this fall. And Aisha and Kathleen in spring. Congratulations. Let's talk about resilience. I think everybody needs resilience in life. You girls too. I want to ask Cindy, with your experience, how can we achieve resilience when we're young or when we're this age? Because I think we need it, all of us.
You know, I think first of all, we have to take care of ourselves. This is what you're talking about. You know, it's easy to be taking care of your kids, your spouse, your parents, always taking care of someone else. And it's what studies have found that they do better if you take time for yourself. The other thing, you guys have mentioned this, which is really to know yourself, know what you need, and have confidence that what you are is important and matters, and that's what you should bring every day to whatever you're doing.
And it starts with us. That's the problem. We have to believe in ourselves and have that confidence. And don't let a guy or a male, un hombre, come to us and tell us, you know you can do it, right?
Yeah. Right?
No, yeah, it frustrates me. Yeah, as you can tell, it's like, sorry, man, in this room, because I saw we have two others.
Probably three. I think there's three in here.
I'm going to skip because I think this is the most important question that we should answer, all of us. What is one piece of advice you would give to a young woman from the foster care system who is starting to dream big? I want all of us to share. Let's start with you, Doctor. Linda.
Yes, I have. Everybody knows that Girl Scouts earn badges, right? When they also have patches on the back of their vests, and I have a CEO patch that I give to young girls that I meet, and the question on it is, how do you dream big? So, and some of them, you know, the kindergartner, first graders look at me like, what does that even mean? But I have to say that dreaming big is a journey. It's not a one and done, and it's a mindset. So I just encourage you all to think about what's your journey going to be, because you may have a big dream now, but in 3 years, you may get that feeling that something else is bubbling up for you, and pay attention to that and just think, I'm going to dream big again and again and again throughout your whole life. I'm old and I'm still dreaming big. The dreams have shifted. Just keep dreaming big. Yep.
Yeah. So this is an interesting one, because I think what we've really talked about here in our growth is some of the courage, right, that it took for us to lean in, to grow, to dream big. And so I can imagine, as a former foster youth, sort of if we're giving advice, and I'm looking at all of you and giving advice here, this idea of dreaming big. I mean, you're already dreaming big, right? You dared to go to college despite what your circumstances were. And here you are now, all of you are going to be graduating and looking to dream big again of what comes next. And so what I would say would be that the discomfort that comes with that, and that challenge, that's the feeling of growing. That's that when you feel that, to just lean in even more. If I had to give you any advice, to not be afraid of that, right? Because if it feels easy, if it feels too easy, then again, you're not stretching. And you always constantly want to be stretching. And when I think of dreaming big, it is the challenge, it is the aspiration, it is the vision of what comes next. And I want that for all of you.
Thank you, guys.
I'm going to add what I think to this panel too. So one of my favorite slogans, and actually I'm starting a company with Atrévete con miedo, which is in English, dare with fear. You mentioned dare with fear. I do everything with fear. Before starting here, Brando, I'm like, are you ready? I'm not. But yeah, I have to do it, you know? Or before the newscast, if it's election night, like some big things, I'm there with fear. I feel it. And I hear people when they say, oh, fear, don't allow fear to stop you. It's true, but I'm still gonna do it, but I still have that anxiety or that fear that I feel inside me. So just there with fear. I think when you have that inside you, because I don't know how to describe it, everybody feels it differently. It's something good. You're going to do something good because it makes you prepare more. It makes you worry more. Because when we're like, oh, I know this, is when your mind goes off or you don't do anything. So my message to you, to everyone, because I still put it in practice every single day, is there with fear. Say yes to the event. Say yes when they invite you to Emcee, and it's in English, and it's like, I say yes already.
And she's amazing. Isn't she amazing?
Amazing. Amazing.
I'm texting my friend. She's like, I will see you later. I'm like, oh, Yali, I'm already scared. It's true. So there with fear.
And can I just add just one thing to that? Because you reminded me of as you're going forward, and when I think of what leadership is, leadership and success doesn't always end in a victory, right? I've lost a couple of elections, y'all. Okay, it doesn't. But it was that courage that then pushed you forward, and that may not have been your door or your bus, but it allowed you to be in a position to then find what is meant for you.
That's so true. I think my husband calls this job that I did not get the best job I never got, because I then left my company and started my consulting business. And then, of course, we were gifted. That's a good one, huh? We were approved to open up Drybar. But I mean, had I taken that job, everything would have been different, really. Yeah.
So what will be your?
I think my would be surround yourself with people that want you to win, and build your own board of directors. You know, those people that you call at 5 a.m, maybe 6, that are like, okay, I'm fearful. I have this thing going on or whatever, and that are going to give you good advice because all they want for you is to win. Yeah.
So mine was going to be along the same lines that, it took me a while to figure out moving up and succeeding is not about smarts, it's about relationships.
Oh, yeah.
It's completely, especially as you move up in an organization, you're going to be able to succeed based on relationships. And if you know a lot of people, especially key people, and they trust you, that is going to be important. And that's important all through your career.
Thank you. I'm going to go out of script, but I think this question is important. Look, what is one thing you didn't expect from participating in this program supported by United Way and Women United? You too. I want you to answer that.
For me, it was really just the consistency and the trust that I have within United Way to know that I have a backup plan. I have people who I can talk to. I have people who can give me resources that I never knew that I needed or had access to or even knew about. And really, it's just nice to know that I have people who really want to see me thrive and want to see me successful. Because it's one thing to see yourself successful, but it's another to have people who you look up to wanting to root for you and providing that success and, for you, I guess. Yeah, that's what I would say.
That's good, girl. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
For me, it was definitely, I didn't expect the amount of connections and relationships that I would develop in this program within staff and with the volunteers and with the members, and feeling just so valued and pushed and encouraged, like you can do this, to have that belief in my goals, which is, it's just beautiful. I can't say anymore. That's just what it's beautiful.
I feel like what we really want to say, because Deja and I had a phone conversation last night.
Oh yeah, tell me.
And we really want to just let you guys know, thank you for showing us that we matter. Thank you for showing us that we're valued. And thank you for showing us that we're important, because we're not told that a lot. So to hear it, it's life-changing. So thank you so much.
That was worth it, Brandon, the 1 minute that I'm not on script.
Yes.
I don't see him. Okay.
He ran away.
So he ran away. So now it's time for you, the audience, to ask questions to these incredible women about leadership, their careers, former foster youth. We have the microphone over here. Any question you have? All are welcome. In Spanish or English?
I'll do English. I actually have a question for you as a business owner, and was curious, did you always know that you wanted to start a business, or did Drybar, the business, find you? I was just curious which was the driver for you.
I absolutely did not want to open a business. I was an HR executive at the McClatchy Company, newspapers all over. I was really, I had a great spot in my career. It was stable. There was benefits. I had retirement. And I really struggled with the who in the world do I think I am? Really, imposter syndrome is real at all ages. And I'm trying to think where our Sacramento shop is 8 years old, but Brenda and I really got together 10 years ago. And I was not young. So, I started 2 new businesses at 50.
Oh, that's
that's okay, second chapter. And it wasn't my dream to own a business. Brenda, was it yours? Not this one. But I don't know. I went to Drybar in San Jose, and I was like, why is this not in Sacramento? Why? And then I started traveling around the country, and I would go to these journalism events, recruiting journalists, and I'm like, well, I gotta get my hair done. And I don't think I've ever carried a brush since. And
I'm gonna get addicted. I don't want to go to the.
I know. It's
business.
why would I do my own hair? And so, but and we just knew. We knew that women would want this affordable luxury, and it's not about beauty. It's about confidence and that power that brings. But yeah, I had no idea. Would have never guessed. Yeah. No, thank you.
Any other question? Dare with fear. Don't worry.
While we're waiting for a question, go ahead.
I have a daughter that's 19 who I love most days. But we moved to California right when she was starting high school, and that year is the year COVID hit, and it was completely online. And we had no social network, no nothing in place. And she has struggled, you know what I mean? So she's really done well, but I've heard a lot of talk about confidence, about resiliency. We might use the word grit. So maybe for our scholars, advice, we all have moms here, I'm sure, who have young daughters, how have you been able to sustain resilience and maybe grit to rise up and say, hey, no, I want something great for me, not just for my parents because they want great things for me, but because I want great things. So
yeah, that's a wonderful question. I love that question. For me, I'm always because my business is always uplifting other people. Sometimes I forget to uplift myself, and so what I have known to do, what I have been doing, is I have been finding different community health and wellness events that I've been putting on through Sac Life or Sacramento Life Night for events that will make me feel sane emotionally and spiritually. I went to a health and wellness retreat where it was pretty penny, but they had yoga, they had Pilates, they had dance, they had meditation, they had worship, they had all these wonderful things that allowed me to really sit back and say, hey, I may be saving lives, but hey, I need to save my life as well. So I would let your daughter know, hey, get on social media, look up different events that really speak to her emotionally and spiritually, and then get out of your comfort zone. Because I stepped out of my comfort zone and I was like, well, I really don't really need it here. I'm this and I'm that. And I'm just like, no, I really needed it. I really needed it. So step out of her comfort zone, reach out to different organizations for second. And then the last one would be make sure she's focusing on something that really makes her heart soar. Yeah. So dance is that for me. It could be reading for her, journaling, coloring, whatever. But make sure that she's reminded, like, hey, what did you do when you were a child that you loved so much that made you thrive? And then she'll think about it and she'll say, Mom, it was this. Okay, go do that for 30 minutes, come back and have a conversation. So really focusing on my inner health and being okay with that.
Look how much we can learn from them as mothers. And we're supposed to give the example on all these lessons. There you go. That's life. You were going to say something, Cindy.
Yeah, I wanted to bounce off of Julia as well. It's really, like, I love creativity, whether that's with poetry or writing, with like pastels and watercolor. It's a way of expression. And sometimes doing that and taking time to reflect on just where you are sometimes, because there's going to be really bad days, but if you can take that moment to take care of yourself, engage in the things you love, and with people who want to support you and love you as well, you can't really fall down. It's really beautiful. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, girls. Cindy, you were going to say something.
Yes, that was beautiful.
Thank you.
I just wanted to say, a lot of what we've been talking about is kind of inner strength and really how people can advance their lives. I get to play in a different playground, which is I get to do things on a programmatic and policy basis. And I'm doing 3 things at our airports to try to improve the involvement of women in everything we do. An airport's like a little city. And so there are 3 things. One is, I hope you've heard of the Capital Air Show at Mayfair Airport. Mm-hmm. The point for me, it's fun, right? But the point for me is the money that's raised from that is used year-round to support STEM for kids 7 to 13 years old in underserved communities. Last month, we had a Girls in Aviation event. 500 girls showed up.
Wow. Right? We had that interview in Univision.
Right?
Yes.
And do you know, so I'm sorry, I'm going to take a minute here.
Yes.
But because it wasn't girls and boys in aviation, we lost a sponsor and lost half of our funding. We had 300 girls who wanted to come who could not because of that. We could have had 800 girls there, right? That's thing 1. Thing 2 is, I have gotten to implement a community workforce and training agreement, which is aimed at trying to get women and people in underserved communities and veterans, people who are unhoused, to be able to get in and through the trade unions to work on our $1.4 billion capital program. So far, we've gotten over 40% of the 94,000 hours worked have been by local people, women and minorities in the local area. Thing 3 is I'm currently starting, and I just had a kickoff yesterday. We're working on a child care facility at the airport.
It's very cool.
Okay. So my belief is, if we can help women and people in underserved communities who cannot afford to work at the airport and afford the child care, that we will be able to attract many more women and people in underserved communities to come to work at the airport. So just wanted to say, that's the playground I get to play in, and it's super fun, and I feel like we're making a lot of progress.
You are. Any other question? Yes.
I spent a lot of time in the military. What I found, and I was in state service for a while, not everybody is meant to be a leader. Mm-hmm. And so what advice do you give to people that still want to be successful, but they are not really, maybe at this point in time in their life, they're not really cut out for the leadership role? Because one of the worst things to have is a leader that's not really a leader. So any advice?
Dang. Okay.
I mean,
Viviana said, "You go."
every organization is made up of individual contributors.
Right.
You know, that's how the engine moves forward. You know, not everybody can be in charge. And I think loving what you do and doing what, you enjoy most and being able to learn always. Sorry.
No. I mean, I think, Dr. Farley, you go. No, you go. Okay. All right. Look at us being kind, not nice. What I would say to that is, I played college basketball, grew up playing team sports, and so I think that everyone has a role. And I think when the team is at its best is when everyone is playing that role. They know their role, and you can lean into that. I am not good at everything. My team will be the first to tell you that. But I surround myself with folks who are good at the things that I'm not good at, and I lean into those strengths. And so that's what I would say, that even if you're not whatever we would use to define or what a leader is, you are able to lean into your strengths. And actually, I think that is what then makes a good leader, someone who knows their strengths and is playing to their strengths.
Mm-hmm. Well, I was just going to say, we believe everybody's a leader, but there's positional leadership. And so we say, first of all, be a leader of yourself and figure out what it is you want to do. And if that's what you want to do, lead yourself in doing that. Mm-hmm. And there's some of us who just, I don't know, it's in the DNA. We want to be right out front there, and that's fine too. That's why we're very careful at Girl Scouts to say, oh, this is our leadership team. Mm. We move away from that because we believe everybody's a leader. Maybe this is the chief officer team or this is the senior team, but everybody, we want to be a leader. And if you're leading yourself in your work, that's awesome. Mm-hmm. It's awesome.
And I think you can be a leader without the title. Mm-hmm. You don't need the title.
Best leaders.
Yes, I just think so. And when they get the title, you're like, what happened to them? It's just a joke. If my work is, see me, it's just a joke.
And I will add that influencers make a lot of money.
That's true.
Thank you, Cindy.
We've got one other question.
Another question, Brandon.
As someone who's going to graduate soon, and I'm so sure of my path, but have you ever started a career and then realized it wasn't for you? How did you know? Mm-hmm. And how did you differentiate fear and just like not knowing it was for you?
Mm-hmm. So can I go? Yes, I've switched 3 times. Okay. My heart was in Africa. That's where I grew up. And I thought initially that was what I wanted to do. And I tried, when I got out of college, every aid organization I could think of to go to Africa. No one would take me because I had never been an adult working in Africa. Mm. So I had to switch gears. And so I worked as a legal assistant for a couple of years in a law firm doing litigation, thinking, that might be the path that I want. And I learned a lot. I learned not to be afraid of litigation, not to be afraid of being sued, but I knew I didn't want to do it. So then I switched into aviation, which had been a passion ever since I was a little girl. The only way we could get to where I lived in Western Ethiopia was by flying half the year because the roads were flooded. So I went with that aviation passion, and that's what really stuck. And so don't be afraid. Go with your heart. I went with my heart every time, but don't be afraid to pivot.
You're also probably going to know if you're just not happy.
Yeah.
And you're kind of like struggling through every day. And that's just listen to yourself. And that's just a huge sign that I need to pivot and do something else. Mm-hmm.
And you have the rest of your life to work. So keep trying new things.
Yes. Exactly.
True. Keep trying. Mm-hmm.
And I learned you can't please everybody in your business. Like I pivoted so much because I'm like, well, this person said this, and that person said that, and I really had to come back and center myself and say, Julia, what was your original mission? Forget what they're saying. Not everybody is for you, but the people who are for you, they're going to be there. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Any other question? Because we have an important message for all of you. Yes.
Okay. All right. So
we were supposed to be done 26 minutes ago. Just to let you know.
No pressure. Okay, but I didn't read this last year, and man, my team got on me. So bear with me, all right?
Okay.
Because I not only do I have to read this, you want me to read this, okay? You do. So tonight I invite you to be part of something truly transformative. By joining Women United Way, you're not just becoming part of a network, you're stepping into a movement of women who believe in the power of women, coming together to help foster youth right here in your own community. Your support can help provide former foster youth with the resources they need to succeed in college through our Collegiate Guaranteed Income Program. And we heard a little bit today about how it has been transformative. Oh, it's already here. As we heard earlier, only 3% of foster youth who enter college actually graduate, and that is unacceptable. And by joining together and supporting more students, we can change that number here in our own community. All of our scholars that we support are still currently enrolled, and many will be graduating over the next year. And we got to hear about not only that they're going to be graduating, but the next thing, y'all, is going to be a graduation party. Y'all with me?
Yes. Yeah.
I'll see y'all there.
I got you. This program offers financial stability, mentorship, and a community of support, ensuring that these young scholars can focus on their education and the future. Imagine what that looks like if all of us in this room come together in this way to support these scholars. By joining Women United, you are stepping into a powerful network of women committed to transforming lives. Every dollar goes directly to these students. We don't keep any. It goes straight to them. Whether you choose to become a diamond, platinum, gold, or silver member, you're not just giving, you're creating opportunity. For just $42 a month, you can cover a month of support for a student like Deja, Jalea, Genesis, Asia, or Caitlin. And at the diamond level, you'll sustain a student for an entire year. So tonight, I'm asking you, if you've been moved, if you've been inspired, please join us. Visit the desk in the back, scan the QR codes on the signs around the room, or simply respond to the text you'll receive right now. And because I just felt it on my arm, and because we want to celebrate your commitment, everyone who joins today will receive a special welcome kit. Plus, all our new members will be entered into a drawing for a $200 Southwest gift card to be announced this Friday. Huh? Yes, but I know that's not why you're going to give. This is your moment to act. Together, we can change lives. Join Women United tonight. Viviana, you can take it from here.
Oh, you were right on time. Wow. I think they should hire you as a news anchor. So let's give a thanks also to our sponsors, Univision 19, my boss, I think. Safe Credit Union and UC Davis Health. And thank you. Thank you to all of you for joining The Perspective. Thank you to our wonderful women sitting with us and for your questions and for being with us tonight. I hope to see you next year.
Absolutely. We're going to do this again.
Yeah?
All right. You heard it here, guys.
Oh my God. I don't know. I have to ask my boss in case.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.